And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, DL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast. It's Friday, guys, and summer has started, man. No more school. No more school for my little girls. It's her last day. And guess what? She didn't even go. She didn't even bounce. She just wanted to she stayed home. She was like, Papa, none of my friends are going to school. It's the last day. Do I have to go? And it was only half a day. I was like, all right. She played it right. She played it right, man. So how y'all doing, man? I hope all is well out there. Hope you were doing good. I moved stuff around. I had hours ago, I had set this show up. I had all the clips I wanted, had them in order. I had my little time stamps down and everything. I knew what I was gonna do. I came up here and I made some changes to my setup. I moved some stuff around and I had to go into the settings and I had to switch uh the multi-monitor thing around. And when I did that, it dumped. It dumped everything I set up. Oh man. I was mad at myself, y'all. I'm just thought I'd share that. Thought I'd share it. Oh, I'm like, what is wrong with me, bro? But yeah, we're gonna continue this conversation about the manosphere, bro. We're gonna continue this conversation about RP stuff. Yesterday was a good conversation. We had Brother Dusto show up. And I get a lot of people I know, people on my team, people on my crew, my clique, what I'm saying, my clan, whatever you want to call it. And they talk to me about this stuff. Hey man, this red pill manosphere stuff is stupid. I can see that. I can see how people do that because there are a lot of things going on within the space that people who know these things look at it and they can't believe what they're seeing. You can't expect me to believe that guys don't know this. I'm like, bro, they don't. You can't expect me to believe that dudes don't. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? And what I get is there's just so many weirdos and there's this and that. And I'm like, yeah, it's that too. A ton of weirdos in the space, man. Absolutely. There, these guys out here, the grifters. Yep, ton of grifters in the space too, right? Just like life, man. This sector, this little sliver of the world population, the world populace, contains all of the same players in the regular populace, right? RP and blue pill and all this other stuff are made up of humans, man. And human nature is human nature. Are there a lot of guys in the red pill space that got hurt and they just want to hurt other people and they want to lash out at the women that they can't get? Yep, sure is. Are there some guys in the space that are looking for answers and just want to get better? Yep, sure is. And there's everything in between. Everything in between. So I just wanted to continue the conversation, man. And I wanted to talk about Destiny, man, the blue-haired warrior, bro. Destiny. I didn't know who Destiny was until a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago. Um, I don't know if I think I saw him on Fresh and Fit, or I don't know. Somehow he wound up in my algorithm, kind of caught hold to Destiny. I don't know where I saw him first. I don't know if it was Fresh and Fit. I don't know if it was Valuetainment. I don't know where I saw him for. It could have been on Just Pearly Things, but I just he came up. I started watching this stuff. I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I get where dude's coming from. And though, like Destiny and the people who think like Destiny, if you want to call them part of the Matrix, you want to call them blue pill, you want to call them, NPCs, whatever you want to call them, right? Dude has valid points. And he's very good at articulating those points, right? Especially in a space where people aren't too good with their words, bro. So when I sit back and I watch Destiny, I'm like, all right, bro. All right, I'm checking him out. There's a lot of stuff, I don't agree with, but man, I like watching him, argue, debate, discuss, whatever term we want to use. I like watching him like do it. I just sit back and like, he makes short work of most people. Most people. But even with someone like Destiny, guy, he's a dude who understands where he is. He understands the world he lives in and the rules that govern said world. Right? He is completely aware of what's going on with him and his people, his family, right? And he's cool with it. He has that knowledge. And y'all know when I talk about red pill stuff, I take that literally from the movie. Do you want to know the truth? Do you want all of the knowledge? Do you want to see it, the good, the bad, and the ugly? And if you do, and you have that knowledge, to me, that's okay. That's red pill. Red pill, not just with relationships, but with politics, with finance, right? With family issues, with work. Do you see it for what it really is? Or do you have the wool pulled over your eyes? You got your fingers in your ear and your eyes are closed and la 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 la. Which do you choose? I choose to see it for what it is. You know what I mean? So appreciate the support out there, y'all. Appreciate the support, but that's how I look at it, right? So we got Brother Dino in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? Always good to see you, Brother Dino Dinosaur. Yes, I agree, Brother DL. He does come with fight and makes for great conversation on Fresh and Fit. Not just Fresh and Fit, man. Valuetainment. Saucecast. He's been on Jedediah. I think he's also been on PBD's podcast, Just Pearly Things. I think it was yesterday you were saying there's not a lot of people in UK that's having these red pill conversations. There are, bro, like Just Pearly Things, and then you have like King Riches. Dude he's a Londoner, man. Like, he talks the talk. Like he's about that life. I don't know if you checked him out, man, but I'm gonna put a link in the chat to his page, bro. Yeah, like I got a lot of respect for dude. He's good people. Just wanted to let you know, y'all making it happen. And then there's some other brother. There's a brother over there, the Kings and Queens podcast. He's been on this platform. I gotta reach out to him, and I definitely want to have a conversation with the brother. I jumped on his platform. I jumped on his chat, and I'm trying to get him over here. He wants to do it. Another brother from UK. So these conversations are happening over there as well, bro. Scam likely, Brother Justo's in the house. What's good, man? I'll see you tonight, bro. I'm gonna have to come by the spot. You might even see me dancing tonight, bro, for real. Sister Lady Navoa is in the house. What's good, sis? You know what I mean? She got love, you know what I mean? Thank you for not talking about D Jackson's ex-wife. Making mad. You have to have patience from the chat. Yeah, like the whole Derek Jackson thing, man, it's what it is. I didn't talk about it because it is what it is. There's people who are gonna pick that up. I didn't. I didn't. You know what I mean? I don't plan on doing it either. Brother Damon's in the house. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Appreciate the support, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. I love it when y'all come through. Y'all like the videos, even though when y'all can't stay. A lot of people just come just to hit that like. You know what I mean? People share. I do appreciate it. Like I said, we are growing. It's a slow burn. We're getting closer and closer to 1,500 subs, man. Supporters. We're getting there, y'all. We are getting there. So, and I took that from Fresh and Fit. Myron and Fresh, they don't call their guys subscribers, they call them supporters. And I like to do the same thing, man, because it's y'all keep us going, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I said, this ain't easy. I did a short today about Spencer Cornelia, YouTuber. He's a pretty big YouTuber going through some drama, man. He caught a civil case, and he's facing they're asking for $2 million, and he spent over $250,000, I think. I think it's definitely over $200,000 defending himself. It seems to be a frivolous case, but how frivolous can it be if you're spending over $200,000 to defend yourself? He's going through that. I did a short on that, and I think next week I'm gonna go ahead and do a full length. I'm gonna do a full blown podcast. I'm gonna reach out to him later on. If I'm lucky, maybe he'll pop in and give us 30 minutes or so. But I'm definitely gonna break down what's going on, like with his platform and everything. Because even in my short, I was saying like I don't really like the guy, but I don't know the guy. Like the persona that I see on YouTube, I don't particularly like, and I was making my comments as to why. But watching his last couple videos, I could tell like this case is taking a lot out of him. He's like it's messing with his livelihood. It's preventing him from being creative. And if you can't be creative, then you can't stay fresh, then you lose subscribers. If you make people mad, you lose subscribers. If you lose subscribers, you lose revenue. And I mean, at his level, it makes a difference. Someone like me, I'm doing this for fun. You know what I mean? I'm just having a good time. It doesn't really matter that much. But when you get to the point where you actually made some money, and now like all of the money that you made, all the stuff that you've earned is gone over something like what he's dealing with, man, that's gonna mess with you, bro. So I think I'm gonna do a full one. But yeah, so that's Spencer. And then so we're here to talk about the blue-haired warrior, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The more Destiny stuff I watch, the more I laugh. But I'm like, he makes good points. He makes really good points. When it comes to lifestyle choices, bro, he made his own lifestyle choice. He does what he wants to do. This is how people get down. Hey, man, it is what it is. I don't have to agree with it. I don't, but it is what it is. So we're gonna watch a couple things. Unfortunately, there was a couple clips I couldn't remember where I found them that I had set up earlier. I'm mad at myself. Like, damn, I wanted some good stuff. You know what I mean? I had some good stuff and I messed it up. But I was able to find a few others, and I think we'll have a decent conversation looking at what the Blue Head Warrior is doing. You know what I mean? Destiny. So Brother Dino's like, DL, the target audience is the USA, never been RP, RB, BP on TV, radio, newspapers, or in conversations with friends. UK trying to get the Benjamins. I feel you, bro. I think it's gonna slowly work its way over there. It's already there, like I said. Just Pearly Things is on the streets making comments, you know, and talking to folks about feminism, talking about, you know, red pill stuff. Like she's had Andrew Tate on her platform. You know, she's had, you know, some, you know, Justin Wilder was over there. Of course, you had Destiny over there. She's had all sorts of folks, and that's, you know, that's what she's doing. So it's there, bro. It's there. There's a female that does this show when she brings guys in on like a date and they kind of talk. Myron the Fresh has been on there. Andrew Tate's been on there. Man, what is her name? Cheyenne something. And I think she has a show over in UK. This must be pretty popular. It looks like it's on one of the main media, mainstream media outlets over there. Cheyenne something, when she have guys come in and it's called grilling, I think, or something like that. But anyway, they talk about it's a lot of red pill talking points in that. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. Like it's slowly making its way over. So yo, man, let's have a look at what's going on with Destiny, bro. So here's one setup. Destiny was on the Whatever podcast, and that's out in California. I think he actually films in Santa Barbara. And I don't know much about the dude who runs this. It's basically Fresh and Fit set up. You know, it's a table, a bunch of women. It's this guy Brian, who's the host of the show, Whatever podcast, and then he'll bring in people like the folks I just mentioned. You know, some red pillars or whatever. He'll bring in women who are, you know, quote unquote feminists. You know, bring in, you know, manly men or whatever, and they just have these conversations. Most of the women on his platform were young college students. So I'm just reading a message from Sister Miss AKA Lady. And you know, we've been talking about insurance and what's going on in Florida with homeowners insurance. And she just hit me up because we were talking about this a few days ago. Like, look, insurance is going up for homeowners in Florida based on, you know, some stuff that's going on. Yeah, I'm not gonna read what she said, but you know, like I said, it's always good to have the heads up. Being red pill to me means you see what's coming, you can at least make a plan or whatever. I'm just gonna leave it there. We had to talk, so I'm sure she'll probably jump in at some point and talk about it. But yeah, this Brian guy, Whatever podcast, it's just it's the Fresh and Fit format, and this is the one platform that was able to have success with it. A lot of people have tried, but no one's really had the kind of success that Fresh and Myron have. But this guy, Whatever podcast, has done it, and I believe he was already a pretty big YouTuber. I think he was doing pranks. Well over 4 million subscribers. And then he pivoted towards this. And he's been doing some shows, and he's had some controversial people on, and some conversations have taken place. So after one of the shows, I guess Brian was talking to Destiny on Destiny's platform. He kind of called in or whatever. And, you know, I just thought, I was just kind of like, you know, a lot of people don't know what they're getting themselves into. I think you know, they're chasing the bag, and for them it's all about money. But you know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? All money ain't good money. Y'all heard me say things like this. And when you do stuff like, I know when I say stuff, you know, it could come back on me. When I do stuff, it could come back on me. YouTube might come after me. People might see me want to say something. You know, when you put yourself out there, you out there. It doesn't bother me that much because I'm a comedian. I get on stage and do what I do. Is I see it immediately. When people don't like it, they got something to say. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. Brother Act Ozzy is like, wait, deal, you know why he can't be respected. Hey, listen, hey, like I said, bro, it's to each his own. The reason I respect this dude is because he stands on his square. Even that stuff, bro, like the his sexuality and all that, man. He stands on his square, bro. He doesn't try to sugarcoat it. He don't try to run from it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I gotta respect that, bro. I gotta respect that. I don't want nothing to do with that lifestyle. You know, I'm gonna be clear on that. That's not me, but I respect dude. But this Brian guy, this whatever podcast guy, he jumped into this space probably thinking I'm, you know, get to the bag, get the subscribers, get whatever. It's just content, right? Oh, it's just content. Well, he found out quickly what comes with that, right? So we're gonna listen to a little bit to what they were talking about, man. Let's check this out.
Am I canceled? Do you think canceled?
Oh, why are you guys so freaking out over TikTok clips? I'm so confused right now. Isn't this what you guys do? Isn't this like the whole industry is like farming TikTok clips off each other?
No, it's been a little bad. It's been pretty bad, not gonna lie.
What has been bad? Does your show have sponsors?
No. Just like
then it's just people talking shit online. Does it matter? Or I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm being really dismissive. But go ahead.
I guess it's like mostly talking, but you know, getting like a couple death threats here and there, so that's always fun.
You guys have never had death threats before?
Not really.
Oh,
but,
damn. Well,
but it's just, I don't know. To me, it's like, and I heard only a segment of what you were talking about with Abba, and basically, it sounded like you were saying, "Hey, you were sitting on that side of the table. You should have said something when they were like with their crazy take or whatever." And yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't.
And, you know, there's a lot of dudes like the way that this dude is talking, right? This Brian guy from whatever podcast. He's cool with the success. He's cool with the eyeballs and the subscribers. He's cool with the money, but he's not cool with the pushback, right? What was he thinking? You had to see how people have gone after Fresh and Fit. Like he knew what he was getting himself into. And if he didn't know, that's on him. And you see how Destiny is kind of like, what are you talking about, dude? You ain't never had a death threat? You know, you don't need a podcast. You don't need to be a YouTuber to get a death threat, bro. I've had people threaten to kill me, man, since I was 13 years old. Some of them tried. It is what it is, bro. So it kind of, when these guys, they get into it and like, oh, I'm not on that. I'm not on that, man. Like, this is what you're doing. This is what it comes with. If you don't like it, leave it, put it down. Like, well, you know, and they're getting into a part where some things that were said on his platform, and Destiny was talking to Abba and Preach, some other YouTubers. It was Abba mostly, and they were going back and forth about some things. I don't necessarily respect that platform. You know what I mean? Like those dudes, they in it for the money. They don't care. It's all money to them. And again, I ain't gonna knock your hustle, but you know, there still are rules. I mean, there's still some sort of decorum. That's like an unspoken code. You have to, in my opinion, have respect for people and stuff like that, right? And the way that they handle Fresh and Fit and the way that they deal with some other folks, I ain't cool with that, bro. I'm not cool with that. You know what I mean? So let's say that, you know, I don't know, 2-3 years from now, we get this platform to a point where it's big and everyone's talking about it. Yeah, you know, you're gonna have people like Abba and Preach coming after me or wanting to work with me. Like, hey, would you like to work on something? Like, nah, I'm not gonna rock with them. I'm just not gonna do it. That's not the type of people I want to deal with, right? And there's people in the red pill, same way. I was talking about modern life dating. That's somebody I don't want to. I'm not trying to work with you. You know what I mean? Especially the way you getting down, the way you doing business now. Now, there are always exceptions, right? I'll say that right now today. A year from now, John from MLD, he might come around and be like, you know what? I was wrong, bro. I looked at that video and yeah, you know, I'm going to take responsibility for that. I'm going to stand up and be a better person. Dude, so someone turns around and does something like that, yeah, I'm going to holler at him. All right, that's noble, bro. I'm going to keep my eye on you, see what you do. Let's see if it's just talk or you really going to do it, right? And to me, these are the lessons that should be coming from this manosphere space, from this manoswamp. These are the lessons that older men can share and tell younger men, hey, man, this is how you should do it. It's up to you what you do, but this is how you should do it. And this is why I like the space. But I wanted to get that little piece in about Abba and Preach. You know, I was all over doing what he does. I mean, you know, it's a lot of people that like him, respect him, whatever. It's cool. It's a different world over there. You know what I mean? But I look at how you move, and it's like, if I don't like the way you move, I don't rock with you. That's just how it is. you know, that's just how it is. And brother Act Ozzy is saying reaction channels Stay loyal to hit pieces. Facts. And I never did give you your due, man. That's for you, bro, for coming in here. We got Brother Tez in the house, man. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. That's for you, bro. Miss AKA lady, I just saw your message, love. I just saw your message. I even commented on it. I didn't tell everybody what you said. I did not say that. I just kind of glanced down at my phone and yeah, girl, I told you it was coming. And it's not me. I'm not some big smart dude. It's just I'm out here looking at stuff and, you know, talking to people. And I'm sorry to hear that, love. That's all I got to say. And I'm definitely gonna hit you when I'm done. I'm gonna hit you when I'm done here. I got some questions for you, and I just want to talk to you, make sure everything's good. Yes, sad day. Shaking my damn head. You should have added the damn in there. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You rock with me, you my day one. I'm definitely gonna holler at you. And yeah, we're gonna do that after the show. Trust me. I'm gonna get you. And again, this is another thing I like about YouTube, right? This is for me, it's a release. It's the stuff that we deal with. We all got to deal with something, right? That is life, right? We're all dealing with something. This is how I kind of deal with it, and I can vent. I can come on here and I can talk to y'all. I can see y'all, makes me happy. You know what I mean? It's just we can talk and maybe help one another. This is why I like doing this, bro. Same thing when I go on stage, man. I can make people laugh. You know, someone comes into a show and they're in there and you can see that there's something on their mind, and you can just go up there for 30 minutes or 45 minutes and take their mind off of their issue and make them laugh and forget about it, if only for a short period. Man, that helps out so much, bro. And then I tie that to the manosphere. There are guys in the manosphere who, man, they are searching for answers, man. They're searching for leadership. They're looking for people who have dealt with this stuff, right? Because they're stuck in a hole, right? I tell this story a lot too. I heard this story on some TV show on NBC, the one with the president's West Wing. And, you know, it's just, the story is like, you know, you got a guy who's stuck in a hole, right? He's screaming for help, someone help me. I'm stuck in this hole. And some guy came up and he looked down the hole and he saw him. He's like, oh, I'm gonna help you, bro. And he jumped into the hole. So the original guy was like, man, why'd you do that, man? You jumped into this hole. Now we're both stuck. And the guy replies, no, I've been here before. I know the way out. And then, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, bro, that's, to me, you find a couple guys like that on the red pill world, in manosphere, or in the blue pill world, inside the matrix, whatever you want to call it, inside the system, you find people and you can help them. It's like, bro, being angry like this ain't gonna help you. Let me help you. Let me jump in this hole with you, bro. I know the way out. I've been down here before. That's what I like about the RP world and the manosphere and YouTube in general. That's what I like about all this. That's why I'm here. Say what you want about Myron and Fresh. Say what you want about that. Say what you want about Rollo Tomasi. Say what you want about Rich Cooper. But guess what? They have helped people. They have been there when guys wanted to do something to themselves and they didn't do it because of these guys. Now, you know, it is what it is. Do you rub a lot of people the wrong way? Yeah. Does people have to agree with everything? No. But if you can help one person, you know what I mean? Me and Jay Swans on this platform, man, we help some people. Jay Swans helped way more people than me now. I want to keep that straight. But being able to help someone change their lives by getting into a career field that they didn't even know about, they didn't even know that they qualified for, right? That's what we did with the air traffic thing. Y'all saw the videos. It's the age cutoff, so I couldn't help as many people that came to me because most of them were past the age cutoff. They were all over 31, but everyone else that came to us, man, we were able to help them. And they're getting in there. That's a damn good feeling. Even if it's only one person, like you change one person's life, it's not just that person. It's that person and their family and the family that haven't even been born yet. Right? And what do we get out of it? Nothing. We're not looking for nothing. We just want to help. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. So a lot of people think, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Lady Navoa is saying he might drop the link after the intro. Yeah, I might, bro. He's like, you want to join this conversation? You working, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna drop it. Give me, I'm definitely gonna drop it. Give me about 20 minutes or so. I'm definitely gonna drop it, bro. Lady Navoa is right. Definitely right. Miss AKA lady. That's why good people and community is important. Absolutely. Good people and good people are important. It's essential. It does take a village, man, not just to raise a child, but it takes a village just to survive, yo. Just keeping it 100. It takes a village to survive. And the manosphere has carved out their own little village, right? It is what it is. I'm gonna call out people I think are just whatever. I'm gonna stay away from people that I think are just bad folks, but I'm not gonna toss the entire manosphere just because there's some bad people in there. Come on now. We live in a country that's America's a great country, but you know what? We do horrific stuff as Americans. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Right? I've had those missions. I've done the deeds. You know what I mean? There's guys out there like Brother Mandrell, man. We know how America works. Man, if we're the good guy, it makes you wonder, well, how bad the bad guy must be completely evil because what we're doing is wrong. Like, so if we're the good guys, oh my goodness. And a lot of times, you know what? We're not the good guys. We're just the dudes with more firepower. So it is what it is. Like Scam Langley, he's like, toss it. You say that now, bro. You say that now. You know what I mean? So this is a space for those people who get wrecked, and they can come talk to some dudes who might be able to help them. They talk to the wrong dudes. We said this last night, man. If they talk to the wrong dudes, it's on them. But let's get back to what they were talking about, because I want you guys to hear what Brian had to say about what Destiny was saying to Brian about his, show being whatever podcast. Let's check this out.
I don't think you should have said anything. I think you guys, I mean, personally, I think you guys all believe that shit. But I thought you were within your rights to say whatever you wanted. But I mean, that's just my perspective.
Well, I guess it's just interesting to me because I mean, I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word during that entire segment about the whole injure and abuse thing. Like, so I don't know how to be responsible for something that somebody else said, In the same way that, for example, Destiny, if Pixie or Aaron said some outlandish shit, and you sat there silently, I wouldn't say that you co-sign on it unless you explicitly say so yourself or agree.
I disagree. I think that's something I'm like super cognizant of when I'm on those shows, especially because Aaron was being fucking crazy. And Pixie was saying some things I didn't agree with too. That's why, like, at the end of those segments, I was like very careful to come in and kind of like give my take so that it didn't seem like I was co-signing what they were saying. Like when I came in, I was like, well, I think that patriarchy is this particular thing, or like, here's an example of how corporations maybe shouldn't be. Like, I was pretty careful to separate myself so that the audience didn't get the impression that I agreed with them. But also, I think you know this. I think most people know this, right? Like if somebody was on your panel saying some wild, like that you obviously disagreed with, I think you'd probably fight back against it. But I think the issue is that, like, I think generally speaking, I think you probably roughly agree that like emotional abuse isn't a good reason to like leave a marriage or something. That's probably something you roughly agree with. That'd be my guess.
No, actually, I disagree.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
But
You see what I mean about Destiny, right? He's keeping it 100. He's talking to this Brian dude, and the Brian dude is doing what people do out there in the Hollywood world. I see it all the time. It's just, it's a form of backpedaling. You got someone sitting next to you, bro. If I bring somebody up here and they say something crazy, like we should delete all, Asian people or something like that, and I don't say anything about it, I just sit here and like, oh, okay, and then move on to the next topic or make some jokes. Nah, bro, that means I'm co-signing that. You got to push back hard. Right? That's how just Pearly things. She said that stuff, man. She's sitting there with a white supremacist talking about how slavery wasn't that bad. They try to make it seem worse than it really was. And they joking and laughing and stuff like that. There's no one there to push back against this known racist, anti-Semite dude that you brought on your platform. That's the problem. If you're going to do something like that, have somebody there that's going to be the counterbalance to this crazy person that's just out here talking this madness. If you're not going to do it yourself. And as you see how Destiny is telling dude, like, well, I guess the guy was saying something about emotional abuse. Like, that's not really a thing or whatever they were saying. I didn't see the episode. But Destiny's like, oh, I just assumed that's pretty much your take. You believe that emotional abuse, whatever that is, isn't worth getting divorced over, right? And then he's like, no, I don't agree with that. And then what did Destiny say? I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe you, bro. It's just keeping it 100. And I've seen a couple of the episodes, whatever podcast, and I've seen these type conversations, and oh boy, does push back on that. You could tell. I've seen episodes where it's kind of like, well, what is that really? What is emotional abuse? I know what physical abuse is. I know what assault is, but what is, right? I've seen that. So if that's your case, if you're like, yeah, man, emotional abuse, come on, bro. Like, I can see if someone putting your hands on you, but if you just saying that this person is mean to me, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, is that grounds for divorce? You know, if you're one of those people that like, well, you said the words like I am, if you say the words, you got to mean those words, right? For better or worse, richer, poor, sickness and health, right? But, you know, someone's mean to me, so I'm just going to get divorced. That's my take on it. And I'm like, man, I don't know about that. Why'd you say the words? Or why didn't you get the words modified? Right. So you have like, that's the discussion that you could have, but he never did that. He was just kind of like, that's not a real thing. And it's apparently someone got mad at him. You know what I mean? Apparently someone got mad at him. You know me, Brother Nice is in the house. What's good, fam? Glad you came through, man. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. So, yeah, Destiny just put it down on him like, nah, bro. Like, nah, I don't believe you. I thought that was amazing. Check this out.
What the fuck?
I don't believe you at all, but I mean,
but why do you think I'm like trying to do damage control? Like, I mean, here's the thing. I'm the host of the show.
Sure.
I bring on various people with different perspectives on things. There's things that I disagree with Chase, with MLD, with Mary, with you guys. I'm the host. I'm the moderator. And kind of one of the things that I do with the show is, hey, I just kind of sit back and let the conversation flow. And honestly, half the time, I'm not going to lie, I'm checked out of the conversation. Like I'm not, you saw me, I'm like going behind the scenes. There's some technical issues going on. I'm trying to keep tabs on super chats and TTS and all this stuff. And then I went off because I went away for like 10, 20 minutes to lay down because I've been having chronic neck pain issues and I have pretty bad like headaches and migraines. So I kind of just like let people talk. And yeah.
You probably think a lot of,
and, nothing but excuses, yo. Nothing but excuses. You put together a podcast, a platform, you got a lot of views, you're getting people watching you, you're making money, you're doing great, and you don't want to be responsible for the bad. You just want to take the good. That's America right now, bro. That's how people get down, men and women. That is America. No one wants to be responsible. Everyone knows the difference between good and bad. And now there's a narrative going on out there that's like, well, what is good and what is bad? Just like what is a man and what is a woman? When we, shout out to George Gammon. He had a short that I just watched when he's talking about this. But George is talking about business stuff, right? So he's talking. He was comparing these corporate raiders, these corporate people who are running these businesses into the ground and taking money. They know that these companies aren't profitable, yet they're selling shares and they're taking money that they know is wrong. He's like, it's the same as these people going into places like Target and Walmart and just stealing stuff and walking out. It's the same thing. They're both wrong, right? So this dude, right, this guy, this dude from whatever podcast, see, I get my back is messed up. I got medical conditions. I had a headache. I'm walking over here looking at other stuff. I'm watching the texter talk. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm getting water. I had to go pet my cat. He's just making out. I don't even know what's going on. I'm the moderator. It's not a debate. This is a platform. You got people on here and people are just talking. It's not a debate. If you're doing a debate, it's a debate. There's that side over there and that's that side over there. And here are the rules to the debate. And I'm in the middle to make sure no one runs over their time or whatever. That's not what he's doing. And this is the kind of stuff that, with in life and like when I'm in these, red pill spaces, tell dudes like, man, you got to be responsible for what you do. And the red pill guys are quick to point at women and like, oh, they don't have any accountability and they don't want to be responsible and they're emotional and all the other stuff. We've heard it all, right? And these guys will turn around and do just that. They'll be just as emotional, if not more emotional than some of these women. They don't want to take responsibility. They start making excuses. I think if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, bro, it's wrong. I'm still going to rock with them. I'm that guy. Trust me. I've been there when people were dead wrong, but that's my people. I'm going with them. We going to go handle this. We wrong. I'm going to talk to you about it later, but we going to handle this first. Right? To me, that's the loyalty. That's being a man. Like, bro, it's just, this is the problem with America. This is the problem with the world. But, we're in America and this is where we are. So I'm pointing the finger at Americans. That dude sat there and made all those damn excuses. That's it. All them damn excuses. But you got to be responsible, bro. You made this happen. You put it together. If you have all these other medical issues, then get behind the camera. Put somebody else in front of the camera. Be the producer. But no, bro. I think that's BS. And again, Destiny is there. The blue-haired warriors there to call bullshit. Like, nah, bro. Miss AKA lady, sometimes we got to let old school definitions stand. Fact. If we can't define what's right and what's wrong as a society, then it's chaos. And that's where we are. And it seems like it's going to get worse. I agree with you wholeheartedly, sis. Wholeheartedly. Let me give you a Don DeMarco on that, because that was facts. So, and we're not going to stay on this for too much longer. I just want to play just a little bit more, and then we're going to move to the next one. But let's check this out.
Have quote unquote abuse exaggerated from women, I would guess, like especially when emotional abuse.
I don't know. I think no. Well, look.
Yeah, I'm sorry, God.
Truthfully, I don't know. I do think that there are instances where people claim that there's over exaggeration. I mean, you've probably seen that in your own life, where people might over exaggerate a situation or make false claims about somebody to receive some sort of benefit. So, I don't think all abuse is over exaggerated.
Okay, but hold on. Boring.
And perhaps
everybody. Hold on.
Perhaps
No,
in some
wait,
cases
wait, hold on.
understated.
That's a boring. Of course, not all. Those are like statements we make when you say things like that, it makes me think your actual opinion is way more radical than it might even be. Okay, if I say is something bad, and you're like, well, I'm sure.
Hold on. You think my position is radical? What do you?
Well, because when you have
you're assuming what my position is.
No, I am, but now I'm asking a bunch of questions, and I admitted that. I fully admit it. By the way, I'm assuming that this is probably your position. You probably roughly agree with most things that were said, and I'm asking you a bunch of questions.
No. Hold on.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I don't roughly agree with most of the things that were said.
Now we're not gonna stay on this, right? We're not. You know what I mean? Shout out to Destiny, man. Shout out to the Brian dude. But the Brian dude is backpedaling right now, bro. He's backpedaling, bro. You can go back and watch the stuff yourself, and you can see if that's now how he feels, that's certainly what he conveys on that platform. When the conversation turns down this road, that's what on the stuff that I've seen. I'm like, yeah, bro. And he's never stepping up and saying, I agree with them, or I don't. He's not. No. Like, I'll say stuff on the time like, yo, I agree with that, but I don't agree with that, right? And we're gonna see that today, as a matter of fact, talking about him. But I really respect the way Destiny calls people out, and this is a guy he cool with. He's like, hold on. Destiny ain't believing a minute of this. Like, man, because why? Destiny has consumed a lot of that guy's content. It's like, come on, bro. He's trying to give him every chance in the book. Like, come on, bro. And yo, that's just that's just it. And yo, I'm definitely gonna drop the link here in a little bit, man. Let me pull up one more. And this next one we're gonna pull up. It's why Destiny will always hate the red pill. I want to pull this up. Again, Destiny is not a fan of the RP space. Not even close. But I mean, I respect the way he moves. I just got to give it to him, man. So this is him on the Whatever podcast. That guy Brian was just talking. You can see him now. He's a dude with the 7 on his collar. Rollo Tomasi is there. Michael Surtain is there. And Jay Waller are there. 2 big red pill guys, and then you have Michael Surtain, he calls himself red pill adjacent. He's a numbers dude. And again, they're on the Pound on Whatever podcast. They're just flanked by all tons of women. I don't know how many women are there, but it's more than 5 probably. So Destiny was kind of responding and commenting on this. So let's check it out.
Destiny is in super hater mode today. I'm here for it. All super content. They give shitty advice to men. They give life advice for men. They give everything about these people is self-destructive. Like, if you were a young man and you had trouble today, this would be like the heroine that you turn to when your life is falling apart. Like, none of these people are improving in the dating sense. Like, young men navigate any of these types of marks. I guess for the few men that needed a red pillar guy to tell you that the Matrix exists for you to work out, I guess it's good. So if you're somebody that starts going to the gym because you watch some show like this, then fine, good for you. But literally almost every single thing these guys say about dating dynamics or women or their analysis of relationships is hot fucking trash. And not only is it hot fucking trash, it encourages men to act in trashy ways. So yeah, of course I'm going to sit here and hate on them. Like I think they're destructive to the young men that turn to their podcasts. It's just a lot of them. It's just a bunch of men that have been hurt by women in the past, want to take it out on them, and now they come to like red pill spaces to do it. You spend actual time in the community, so you don't know the audience they have or that they even have female fans. Please do more research of assumptions. Bro, these communities probably been like 97, 98% women. I'm sorry, but you're fucking retarded if you think that there are women that like eat this shit up. Like any woman that sees any red pill shit at all on your phone is going to be the biggest fucking red flag in the world. There's never been on a single date ever where women's been like, oh, thank God my boyfriend's read all of Rollo Tomasi's books. Thank God my boyfriend subscribes to Andrew Tate. Thank God my boyfriend has watched all of these red pill videos on how to handle relationships. So now he's going to go out and cheat on me to make me feel more competitive. Like it just doesn't happen, bro. Well, there's probably some hyper specific niche markets in like Miami or some crazy dating markets or whatever where this might happen. But for like 99% of people, none of this shit applies. Destiny
went in, right? He went in. Destiny went in. Like I said, I listened to him, and me and Scam Likely, me and Dusto had a similar conversation. I'm not saying that the Scam Likely agrees with everything that the blue hair warrior just said, but I'm pretty sure the overall theme, yeah, Dusto believes in that. There's a lot of guys out there, that believe in that. People I know personally, like, yeah, man, it's just a waste of time. They're hurting people, whatever. Are there guys in the red pill space who are coming away with the wrong message? Yep, absolutely, 100%, right? Because they hear what they want to hear. Point blank, period. They hear what they want to hear. And like I said, a lot of these dudes don't even want to put in the work. They just want to go over there, send in chats, talk crazy to women. That's what it is. I get that. I accept that. I ain't mad. But I believe that there are people within that community that can help and do help other guys. Right? I don't, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like Scam Likely, he's like, I need to subscribe to Destiny, right? I may need to subscribe to Destiny. Go ahead. You know what I mean? There are people out there, but when Destiny sits down with some of these guys, he sits down with some of the big time red pillars. They're like, yeah, man, he'll agree on. So like, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. So Destiny comes at people the way he wants to come at people, and he holds everyone to his standard. He'll sit down. He's like, all right, cool. We had this conversation. Cool. He hangs out with Sneeko. Sneeko's all over the place, bro. That guy on Monday, he might be a Christian on Monday. He might be a Muslim on Thursday. He might be Jewish by Saturday, bro. Like you just don't know. Sneeko's a young guy who's out there just trying to figure it out. And all right, cool, man. Good for you. And he's talking to all these people and he's doing all these things. One of the people he talks to is Destiny. And it's cool. Like you get all these different perspectives and that can help you move forward. But in the red pill space, yeah, there are dudes that got hurt, but there's a lot of stuff like, hey, man, one of the things that I love about the red pill space, man, when they talk about meeting a girl and taking her out to dinner, like, bro, you are an absolute idiot. If you meet a woman, you take a woman you don't even know, a stranger, out for $1,100 dinner, $200 dinner if you broke, $50 dinner. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it, man. It's ridiculous, man. Go take her out for coffee, take her out for ice cream, go walk and have a walk in the park. And people get mad at that. Women get mad at that. I'm wasting my time. Word? Well, you can take me to a $200 dinner then. Oh, you don't want to do that, but you want me to do that. Why? Right? I get that argument. And those are the conversations that are worth definitely having, right? Scam was saying yesterday, he was like, they don't tell people how to communicate. All right, well, you're not going to find that information in the red pill. Fine. I'll go ahead and concede that now. It's going to be real hard to find someone who's going to sit you down and tell you how to communicate. I will do that. I will tell you that it's hard to be in a relationship. It's not a fairy tale. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. It takes more work than most people realize and more work than most people are willing to commit themselves to for a relationship. I'll be the first one to tell you. But if you want to get into a relationship, this is what you got to do is compromise. Make sure it's compromising. Make sure what you're doing, you're getting the same thing. Like you're giving ground and they're giving ground. It's constant. I'll tell people this. And there's some people out there who will say this thing, but are there more guys who are like, man, forget that, just da-da-da-da-da? Yep, probably. I wouldn't argue that. You know what I mean? Miss Globe Girls in the house, my favorite seller. What's good, Shorty? Oh, man, I got the wrong button put up. I got to get better at this, y'all. Good to see you. I haven't heard one positive or productive message from the red pill or manosphere. I have that little piece right there. You don't take a stranger out for $1,000 meal or a $500 meal or 300, you know what I mean, or a $90 meal. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. I heard some rumbling, y'all. Every time I hear rumbling, I have flashbacks to California. Like, if I feel some vibrations, I'm like, wait, what's going on? Earthquake? I'm like, wait, I'm not in California anymore. I'm in Florida. So it won't be an earthquake. Maybe some high winds or something. Looks clear outside. I don't know what it was. My daughter's probably doing something. But no, there are some good messages within the red pill. Building yourself up as a guy, right? Forgetting about women for a short period. Hey, how about you just focus on you, make yourself the best version of yourself before you go out here and try to chase a woman? How about you go out here and educate yourself? These messages are within the red pill community. But a lot of guys, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. And that's one of those things. So no, there are some good things out there. And again, it's just information that you take the good and leave the bad. You need to learn how to, you got to learn how to the dating game, right? It is a dating game. You got to learn the game. You got to learn the game. You got to learn the game, not to, in my opinion, not to game others. I'm not saying use the game so you can go over and get over on some woman, although people do that. I'm just saying learn the game so you can see what it is. She might be running game on you, so you can tell the difference between someone who's really into you and someone who's just trying to use you. And women need the same thing, right? But women aren't the ones who generally go out and approach men. Women aren't the ones who need to, figure out how to get men, because there's men chasing them all the time. So it's a different role being played. So no, I think there's some good stuff out there. Let's see, Brother Scam Likely. I have never had a woman ask me to take her on a $200 date. I've had a woman ask, they never say, take me on a $200 date. They'll say, take me to a Salt Bay restaurant. They'll say, take me to Fig and Olive. I want to go to Fig and Olive. I want to go to Nobu, right? I want to go to STK. Bro, you know what I mean? That's what they do. I want to go here. I want to go somewhere nice. And a lot of guys will be like, oh, would you like to go here? Nope. Would you like to go here? Nope. And they're going to sit there and wait until they hear the restaurant they want to hear. Right? I want to go to Sexy Fish. A lot of these restaurants I'll name, either in Miami, LA, or New York, or something like that. I want to go to Mr. Child's. Right? And here's the thing. I'm not mad at women who do that. I'm not mad at all. You can ask me as many times as you want for me to take you to Dirty French. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Dirty French. It's another pretty nice restaurant in Miami, one of the hot ones right now, right? You can ask me that until you blue in the face. I'm not taking you there. You can take me. You can take me. And like I said, I've had women run that game on me. They'll take me somewhere nice and I'll pay because I'm a man. But, I was like a couple times like, oh, I think she got me. I think she got me. But the women I were with, they were of means. They had a lot of money. So, and this is places that I knew they frequent, so it didn't bother me. But I'm just saying, they're not going to say, take me. I know some hood chicks will say that, but the average woman is not going to say, take me to dinner is going to cost X. They're going to ask you to go to a place that they found on social media or someone else has heard. So, you know what I mean? Hey, Brother Scam, let's keep it 100, bro. Let's keep it 100. And Ms. Globe Girl's agreeing with Scam. She's like, yeah, exactly. I've never had one discussion with a man about what to spend on a date. That's fine. There's a lot of guys who will see a woman and like, oh my God, this woman right here is, such high status that I'm going to have to get a nice place, take her on a first date. I'm not saying never take, a woman that you with somewhere nice. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I'm not going to do that for the first 4 or 5 dates. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm just not. Have I done it in the past? Yeah, I've done it in the past. I'm not doing that. Nope. I'm not taking you to Ocean's Prime in Beverly Hills, you know what I mean? Or the one out here in Tampa for that matter. I'm not doing it. I've done it before. Sometimes I'll do it. Every now and then I'll do it just to see what happens, right? And then you have, every now and then you come across a woman and it's like, just ordering all this stuff, spending all this money. I'm like, okay, cool. I see what time it is. And that's not a big thing. So I stopped doing it. But again, it has a lot to do with who men are asking out to. That has a lot to do with it as well. Tell guys, you got to be careful. This is all part of that. Hey, man, this is how it works. Here's some things. If you want to take a woman out, spend $300 on dinner, hey, man, that's on you. but don't expect her to do anything. Like you hear comedians talking about that. Oh, you gonna order that? You know that's the sex side of the menu. I mean, you're gonna be giving me some Foxy Brown later, right? You know what dessert is for real, for real. Dessert is you, right? There's guys who think that. So I'm like, bro, don't think that because you took her somewhere nice that she's obligated to do anything for you, bro. She's a stranger. You don't know her. This is stuff that you will learn in these spaces if you talk to the right person. Let me go ahead and drop this link. I already see now I'm not going to get through all these videos. He dropped this link. You know what I mean? Scam, you came up yesterday, bro. So if you ain't got nothing new to add to it, bro, just sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. I know brother Tez wants to get up in here, so I'm going to drop this link. And I would love to hear from Miss Globe Girl. Sis, I would love to hear from you. Let me pin this to the top as well. But there are some messages out there, some good messages you can find in the RP world. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Miss AKA lady, don't put earthquakes on Florida. Yeah, we can't handle that out here. I mean, I don't know what that was though. I mean, like the whole building was it lightweight felt like an earthquake for real. Like what? First thing, but my daughter's here. She probably put something in the washing machine and was unbalanced. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, Miss Globe Girl. No, there's no such thing, deal. This is madness. All this talk about running game. Okay, would it be better if I said just having knowledge? Would it be better if I said just, experience instead of saying quote unquote running game? Because that's what it means. Having the understanding. I mean, a lot of people get hung up on these terms. And when I say run a game, I sent last year. I sent a super chat in to Tristan Tate. Myron and Fresh were there. This is when they were in Romania. Tristan and I was talking about game. I said, my game, game trumps all. And, Tristan was like, no, blah, blah. But the thing is, especially with super chats, is you can't have that back and forth. It's just too much, and it costs too much too. So you have to be completely aware. And to me, that's the ultimate game. It ain't just being able to womanize, right? The game is being able to understand what's going on. You don't want to get gamed when you go to buy a car by the car salesman, right? You don't want to get gamed by that person. You need to know that you have to have that game. You don't want to get gamed by the bank. You know what I mean? If interest rates are at 28%, or if interest rates are at 98% like they are in Argentina, you ain't taking that loan. You need to have that understanding. Like, nah, we can't do that. Yeah, game. That's how I look at game, right? So for you and Scam, I mean, I would love for y'all to pop up here. All right, I talk to Scam all the time. He was on yesterday, but Ms. Glover, I would love to talk to you because, and you don't have to cam up or anything like that, love. I mean, just to be able to have this conversation. The thing is this, you have to have that awareness. You have to have that game. You have to. Now, what you do with that awareness, what you do with that knowledge is up to you. Or there are guys out there who are gamed up for real and they got the right words, they got the right moves, they wear the right clothes, they drive the right car, and they get women just based on that. Yep. Right? Their game is stronger than the women that they go after. They got them. And I would say too bad for them women that they don't have the game. Now, that same woman to run out there and run her game on 10 other dudes, right? And have dudes cash apping her and Ubering her everywhere and paying her for nice meals and taking her shopping. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If those dudes fell for her game, that's what they get. I wish the world we lived in was one like in the TV shows where just everyone was a good person and you just sit around and y'all can meet up and what have you. I wish that were the case, but that's not the world I live in. If that's the world you live in, man, please somebody send me the link so I can get to that world. Miss AKA lady, a man taking you on an expensive date is one thing, but a man going out the way to cook for you is a whole different flex. Yes, it's a different type of game. I used to run that game. I don't bring people to my home anymore. I used to run that game though. That was the best thing in the world, man. I used to bring women over, especially. I would bring them over, cook breakfast or brunch kind of thing early in the day. Have them come over. They could see the place. Place is clean. Place is nice. Get to see your style and whatnot. Walking around the house, like a lot of people they come to my crib, man. They'll walk around my crib like it's a museum because there's artifacts from all over the world. It's just stuff that I have. Wow, where'd you get this from? Well, I got that from Germany. Where'd you get this from? I got that from Japan. Where'd you know what I mean? Like it's just all sorts of stuff. So a lot of guys don't even know how to get their house right. If they got a house, they don't know how to do it. House is dirty, it's all messed up, whatever. You know what I mean? So again, that's all game. But I don't bring anybody to the crib no more. I don't do that. I don't do that because you need cameras and you need proof, just in case. You know, we live in a society like, yeah, just in case. I like to go places where there's a lot of camera, a lot of witnesses. I want to do that. I'm real cautious about who I bring to the crib. You know, it takes a while to get to that point. Plus, I have a family. I got to think about my child. So, but yeah, there was a time where, yeah, if I get you to the crib, I knew it was on. And look at Scam, like I'm in the gym anyway. Cool. Like, cool. Can you just keep listening? Cool. Keep listening. So, there is that part of the world. Like, you got to be gamed up. There's a lot of people out here looking to take advantage of people, period. This is how it works. You need to understand this. I know people that'll talk you out of your money, just talking to you. You know what I mean? I've seen it. They just got that kind of game. You know, people will sell you a sob story. You know what I mean? People will buy it. I've seen it. So you got to have that knowledge. You have to have that understanding. And I call it game. Right? Point blank, period. Part of that understanding is understand how the system works. Understand how our law system works. I understand how the police see me. I understand how law enforcement sees me in America. And it's crazy too, because the NAACP says it's dangerous down here in Florida for black folks. Not really. You know what I mean? I haven't had any issues with law enforcement down here. They've been actually real nice to me. Now I can't say the same thing for Ohio. Down here in Tampa, right? Down here in Hillsborough County, man, law enforcement has been cool from Tampa PD all the way to the sheriff's department, man. I ain't had no problems. I've been pulled over a couple of times, man. They ain't give me no paperwork. They let me go. Now, Cincinnati, Ohio, Hamilton County, man, please. LA County, please. You know, LAPD north of the 10 freeway, LAPD in the Valley and West Hollywood and stuff like that. All right, kind of. South of that, you anywhere near South Central, man, LAPD roll up on you, you black or Latino, you got a problem. You got a problem, man. Beverly Hills Police, they roll up on you, you got a problem. Inglewood Police roll up on you, got a problem. Down in Dade County, you down in Miami somewhere, Miami PD roll up on you, black or Latino, man, you cool. Unless you did something wrong. All this is game. I understand that. I understand how I'm seen. Period. People get mad about when we talk about game, the dating game and all that, they get mad. Because it's real simple. You can run game on women, bro. And women run game on men all the time. And that dinner thing is just an example. Just an example. So many people on YouTube right now, these women, I don't want no more coffee dates. Why not? Thought you wanted to get to know this guy. Right? Is that all women? No. Is that the majority of women? No. That's a very small percentage of women. I'm keeping it 100. So that's a very small percentage of women who go out here and they try to run dudes' pockets for real. For real. Small percentage. The average woman would not, in my opinion, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but the average woman, in my opinion, would not have a problem with going out with the man that she's interested in, came up to her and she's like, all right, she wouldn't have a problem going out, having coffee with that guy. She wouldn't have a problem going out, and having a smoothie, right, or walk in the park and get to know that guy. She wouldn't have a problem. She would not have a problem. That's how I operate all the time. Maybe someone, let's go have a walk in the park all the time. If they like you, they're going to do it. Right? If they don't, if they talking about, can we go to a restaurant? All right, well, we don't have to shift this game up. Right? And if her body's nice enough, her butt big enough, I might have to figure this out and blow her back out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what kind of points I got on this credit card. All right, I got a credit over here at this restaurant. So let me run her over here. So this meal's only gonna cost me $25, but she's gonna be looking at the menu thinking I spent $100, $300, $400. And the whole time it's gonna be no Grey Goose if you don't get loose, baby. Like, again, is you set yourself up for this. You set yourself up for it. What's good, fam? I see you, man. Hey y'all. We got a heavy hit in the house, bro.
Yeah.
What's good, player? I got the wrong button. I'm trying to give you some love, man. Here we go.
I appreciate it, brother.
Dez, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Happy to finally be able to join you, man. I've been I've been on the DL Saint Ter lately, man.
Word.
Yeah, man. Ever since the flight, what is it? The air traffic controller.
Air traffic control thing. Yeah.
Ever since then, man, I really been paying attention to your content, and I love the conversation that you have. And this was another one that if you pick sides, you in a bad place in the red pill, manosphere space, whatever you want to call it, because you start missing the truth. And that's what you saying, DL. And I agree with you 100%, bro. You can't pick sides. What's the truth, what is and what ain't. That's why when it comes to even politics, you can't always be Republican. You can't always be Democrat, because both of them sides gonna be wrong at one point in time. DL, it's the same in this space, bro. And I'm happy you talking about it, because I don't necessarily like Destiny, but I respect him because he going after a lot of BS. Like when they came, I don't know if you did you show him in the Fresh and Fit? It was him and I'm jumping the gun, my bad.
But talk about it though. We'll put it up later, but talk about it.
The Sneeko, him and Fresh and Fit conversation. When they try to break down what is a high value man, all you hearing is the guy that's supposed to know what a high value man, they stumbling over their words. And it's like, wait a minute. Y'all selling courses. Y'all got people super chatting y'all every night, thousands of people. And you can't even get them the definition of the man that they should be. Come on. Like DL, you can say right now what a virtuous man is. I can say right now what a virtuous man is. I ain't got to go look that up. I ain't got to do no research. You know it. So when you hear them guys mumbling and fumbling over their words about what they preach, it's just sad, man. Because like you said, brothers like me, when I got into the red pill manosphere space, I was looking for something. I had just been hurt in a relationship, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do, because my father didn't teach me nothing about women, honestly. So I ended up YouTubing, and I started finding guys, and I was in my red pill rage. And then I got out of it because I realized it's lessons to be learned here. It ain't just about, knocking down women and being mad and upset. It's how can I make myself a better man no matter if a woman around or not. So I think for me, the most disappointing thing with what Destiny is exposing is why one of us didn't expose. Because I really believe a lot of us been seeing this for years, but you ain't want to betray the space, not realizing that we was hurting it the whole time.
It's facts, bro. What you said right there, man. Hey, and I use that. This is what the young kids like to hear. Gotta give you Don DeMarco on that, man. And here's the thing too. I'm new to the space, bro. Like I'm just figuring it out. Same as you, man. Most men, there's a reason they fall down this rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. And then you get down here and you look around, and there are brothers like you and me who, we kind of get down here and something happens and it shifts us back into our right mindset, and boom, we good to go. But then you look around and like, man, hey, bro, how long you been in the manosphere? I've been down this hole for 20 years. How long you been in the manosphere? I've been down here for 15 years. I've been down here for 8 years. Well, damn, why is it taking you so long to get your mind right?
Facts.
What's going on? And then I discovered like they don't want to do the work. They're just happy, you know what I mean? Not to beat up on the MLD guy, that John dude. But Same thing. And he's profiting off of that. There's, they say, if you put on your tinfoil hat, they say that they came up with a cure for cancer back in 1952. Right? Tinfoil hat stuff, right? They came up with a cure for cancer for 1952, but they didn't release it. Why? Because ain't no money in the cure, bro. Ain't no money in the cure, bro. You know what I mean? All the money is in treatment.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing down there. So that's what I'm seeing. And when I sit back and I see some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, I got to say something about that. And I talk, but it's not on the camera. I'm talking to people, like I say, I know you. I'm going to come holler at you. If Myron and Fresh do something, I'll text them. What's up, bro? I'll say what I got to say. long before they got in trouble for dabbling in the dark. I was watching that show live, and right away I sat down. I shot him a text. I shot Fresh a text. I'm like, bro, you gonna catch hell for this. And then days went by, weeks went by, months went by. Nothing happened. I'm like, oh, I guess they got off. And then I don't know, a whole year later, it resurfaced. I was like, oh, well, yeah, there it is. I told you it was gonna happen. But you're right though. No, Destiny is calling it out, and that is why I respect him. When people like, Destiny this and that, sit down with the dude. I look forward to sitting down and talking to that guy. I want to sit down and have a conversation with that guy. We need more people like that. You know what I mean? You never lie when you talk about Republicans and Democrats. It's team politics, right? Right now, team politics is about to get America messed up for good. They don't even want to pay for shit. They don't want to raise the debt ceiling. People don't understand how lethal this is, not just to America, but to the entire world.
Right.
Over what? Team politics. Barack Obama got into the White House, and then you got the leader of the Senate come out, Senate majority leader coming out. Mitch McConnell talking about we ain't gonna do my job is to block the president. That's un-American.
It's crazy.
That's un-American. Right. Well, they did it because he's black and white. Then we had that divide. White and black and Latino and black and white and Asian. America is falling apart from the inside, just like the manosphere. Why? Because what you said. People ain't coming forward. Ain't nobody calling nobody out. That's why I rushed to do the video. MLD was wrong. He was wrong. The way he looked out and like, man, that was dead wrong, bro. You look like a punk.
Yep.
Running from a bunch of girls. What kind of man is that, bro?
DL, to me, the saddest thing is like you said, man. A lot of us got into this looking for answers. Then you supposed to grow from this space. I ain't saying you don't go back and listen, but it's some lessons you supposed to learn somewhere up in there. And when it get to a point to where, like you said, a lot of these guys is getting exposed because they ain't reading their own book, as they would say. Now it's like, how much of this stuff was them trying to get my money and how much of it was lessons? Now, that's what them young kids and some older ones, that's what they got to look at now. And I think that's why a lot of the implosion is happening, because it's like, is they guy really trying to get my money or are they trying to teach me? What Rolo did, that tweet that got him in trouble, he still ain't been able to answer. Like, they constantly backpedaling. They all moonwalking their way out of stepping to the table. And that's why I respect you for saying, look, I don't care how much I've been in this space. I don't care how much I like these guys. If you do something wrong, I got to call you out. That's why I got accountability advocate right up under my name, because CJ do it to me, I do it to him. That's what our job as men is supposed to be. That's why I ain't got a problem saying, hey, if I don't got it on the financial side, who can I learn from to pick it up? Oh, I got it on the fitness side. So maybe I should teach this person how they should do it. So, like I said, bro, that's really why I respect your platform. And I know when I seen you talking about this, I wanted to come up and, man, share some thoughts. And I just appreciate it, bro.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're here, man. But you're 100% correct. Right. And, me and Scam, we go back, me and Dusto, we go 12 rounds. 12 rounds. I was like, here we go again. Here he come. I had to ask for a break. I was like, all right, time out today, man. Time out. Shit, we were just on here yesterday. But we're going to see each other tonight, so we're going to be talking. But the point is, there needs to be a space for men to go where they can find the help that they're looking for.
Yeah. Right.
And people like, well, go to counseling, go to therapy, this, that, and the third. I agree with therapy. But sometimes you don't need a full-blown therapist. Sometimes you just need to sit back with like-minded men, right? Over a cognac or over a beer. I guess it can't be Bud Light, though. Over a cigar. You know what I mean? When you sit down with like-minded men, like we got the new Templars here in Tampa. This group I'm starting, and I had the idea, but I got with a group of like-minded men and we started an organization, right? We sit there and we hold each other account to account. Just like you say, accountable, man. Accountability advocate. That's what men used to do.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. Now, like I said earlier, if you my guy, if Ted's my dude, you know what I'm saying? We go back to the sandlot, you know what I mean, to the sandbox, right? We done came up together. And Ted's done did something. He went out there and stirred up some shit. And some people come looking for me. And that's my dude. And he wrong. I don't care. I'm still with him. I'm shoulder to shoulder with him. Now, when we finish doing what we got to do, me and him gonna have to sit down and have a talk. Yeah, you know what I mean? But we might go to blows, but I'm not gonna leave him out there to dry, hanging out there to dry because he messed up. We're gonna sit down and talk about it. That's how men used to work. Now it's like that dude Brian. He was sitting on there. I don't know if you heard the front of the show. That he's sitting up there giving every excuse in the book. Oh man, you know my ankle was messed up. I got a hangnail. My ferret is sick. I got a crick in my neck. Like, bro, you brought these people on here. You ain't pushed back. That means you agree with them. That's just the bottom line.
Because that's how it's gonna get viewed anyway. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta look. People say this all the time. I'm gonna abandon ship. If I built this ship, if I'm steering this ship, if I'm in control of the crew, I'm going down with the ship because you recognize or you remember all the work that it took you to get to it. Now, that's what I said, man. We see the space burning because I really believe that the foundation was always shaky.
Yeah.
And when you build a house and you build it on shaky foundation, it ain't gonna last too long. Yeah. Me and CJ was just talking about this, DL. Everything go through stages of life, death, rebirth.
Yep.
I really feel like that's what this space is doing right now. And guys like Sir Hale, Black Man Unfiltered, they gonna be the ones that usher in this new environment. I really believe that because the basis of what the manosphere was for, them guys got that foundation. So I'm telling you, it's all a circle. And hopefully me and CJ, you, Hink, guys like that can be on the ground floor and maybe we can build it better. Because I don't think none of our mentalities when it comes to these young brothers is money. I don't care if I don't get a dime off of YouTube. If I can save literally save this young brother from deleting himself or stop him from impregnating a girl and mess his whole life up, stop thinking with that head instead of this one, I done did my job because I didn't stop creating. I didn't jumped in front of a brother that's creating another broken family. Maybe you can do it different from your dad, and maybe you can do it different from your brother. So it's time, and I really believe that's what's happening right now, DA.
I agree with you, man. Miss AKA lady and Miss Globe girl, they both want to know, like, dude sound like my family. Where are you from with that accent? And Miss Globe girl say the same thing. I'm curious too. What accent is this?
So I'm from Fayette County. It's like 45 minutes outside of Memphis. So I'm country. So I grew up in with the horses, the cows, chickens. So now I say I'm from the country. I'm not of the country. I ain't trying to do none of it, but I love to go back out there. I don't want to throw no hay bales no more, man. That's hard work. But it taught me a lot, though.
I can remember as a youngin', man. You know, my people, I'm from Cincinnati, but my people came from Kentucky, right? Well, we came from Georgia, but y'all know what time it is. You know what the time it is. We was down, right. But we, Kentucky, and then we came on up, right? That's when my grandma and all them and my mom and them started out down there. So I can remember as a young guy going out and it's time for breakfast, having to go out to the hen coop and grab some eggs from up under the birds. I done did that. I had to get out there and actually get the milk out the cow. And I'm like you, bro. Like I want to go to the refrigerator. I want to grab it right out. I ain't trying to do that no more. But what a life! I mean, getting up before the sun comes up and working till the sun goes down.
Yes, sir.
What a life! That's what's up, bro. And when I hear that, I tell people all the time, they're like, that accent, it's another game. It's that country boy game. I'm telling you, that get you there now.
I'm telling you. Yeah, That's why I had to go and retire, and I wanted to make my. I need to get out the game. Honestly, the best thing for me was getting married. And I just hit with another point right quick. I don't want to be all taking all over your show or nothing like
It's
that.
fine, bro. Come on, you welcome here. I'm loving this.
But that was one of the things too that being in the country definitely taught me was hard work is different from a lot of stuff we get out here now. Like throwing them bales and picking up wood and hay and all that stuff is different from being in a warehouse. Like anybody can move a package, but that work turned bored to men real quick. And that's another thing that this manosphere has not been teaching men. Like, bro, you gotta do the work. You can't just yell at women all day and then expect them to respect you. Cause like DL, they be selling these folks a false Bible. And it's like, wait a minute. It's lessons here, but it's so much fluff. And I hate the fact that they got the kids eating out the palm of their hand. Kids and angry men. And the reason why I can speak on that is because I used to be one of them angry men. So I get it. But at the same time, it's what do you want going forward? Is this going to be your whole life laughing at Kevin Samuels clips or laughing at how Fresh and Fit kick girls off? Yeah, it can be entertaining, but are you really learning from it? And you can't take a side. The truth. At the end of the day, the truth is going to convict you. It's supposed to hurt because that's the only way we grow. DL, I just got off the phone with CJ. And we were talking about truth and accountability. That's why when I seen this stream, it's like, man, everything connecting. Accountability on my side, accountability for these guys. So no matter where it go, if men don't really take this thing back over, these the results that we get. A space that's crumbling in front of everybody.
Crumbling in front of everybody. And I'm glad you're here, bro. So, because I can hear from this conversation, and I know where you stand again. I'm down the same hole. I know exactly what's going on. So we got to talk about a couple things. The first thing I want to talk about is you said I was talking about that country boy game, and that's a real game right now. I tell people I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina most of my time in the military. You know, so when that country game right there, boy, like with them women down there. Yeah, right. But you said you had to give that up. What did you mean by that, bro?
Woo. All right. So before I got married, I was kind of wild. And that came from getting my heart broken. That's what kind of led me to the red pill space. So the longer I stayed in there, the more and more I realized that, well, first it started with the toxicity. It started with, I'm going to get them before they get me. And I stayed there for so long that that's all I knew. And like you said, the country game easy. Because they're going to ask you, what's your accent? DL, every man know all you need is a conversation to get to the next step. Mm-hmm. And if I don't have to start the conversation, it's easy on me. So you ask me a question, I answer it. If you are already intrigued by something that I got, all I got to do is keep spinning the web. The problem with me was I kept spinning webs and I ended up getting caught. That was the problem, DL. So when I met my wife, bro, I always wanted to have a family, but I was so blinded by a girl here, a girl there that I stopped thinking about the legacy that I wanted to have. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
And that's where I wanted to get to. Did your knowledge of the red pill space and this experience you had, it sounded like there was some bad parts too, but did that help you overall when it came time to finding your wife, or did it hurt you?
So in the beginning, it was based off pain. Like I said, it was, I'm going to get them before they get me. And over time, and I think that's where a lot of men miss out. They don't evolve past the red pill space.
Ooh, good point.
And that's what I did because it was already something in me. I already knew what I wanted, did. I knew I wanted a family. I knew I wanted kids, but I couldn't get them doing the stuff that they was telling me to do. So that's why you still got to be your own man at the end of the day. You can't be Kevin Samuels too. You can't be Fresh or Fit. You got to be that guy that look in the mirror. You can't be a guy that work at Walmart with no car sleeping at your mama house talking about what women ain't doing. That ain't gonna roll. And if you got partners that don't say nothing to you and you living that life, you need a whole nother circle. And that's what I did. I started to get around men that I looked up to and respected. And a lot of what would happen was I would hear a red pill content creator would say, and then I would look at these guys that I respect and I'm like, these two things ain't matching up. So what do you want? Do you want that or do you want this? And I started leaning toward this because them guys had families and children, had a community that respected them, and that's what I wanted. So that's how it happened for me, dear. I still dibble and dabble in the red pill space. Some people say we manosphere adjacent, but we call out men as well. It ain't no one side of the accountability train. So for me, going into marriage, that was my goal. So honestly, I think if I would have stayed closed-minded like a lot of them guys preach to you, I'd still be out here in the streets.
That is a fact, man. So, man, thanks for this, bro. I really, because my man Jay Swans has been kicking me in the head every chance he gets, because like you never bring anybody on that's married and been successful and did it. I'm gonna make him watch this 3 times, boy. I'm gonna make him watch this. So, and here's the thing. I want to ask you a couple things before I get to the red pill stuff.
Okay.
The controversial red pill stuff.
Right.
You're a happily married man.
Yes.
You met your woman and everything worked out right, because you said you looked in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I had to decide. Do I want to go out here and just smash chicks for the rest of my life, or do I want to go out here and start a family?
Right.
So people want to know, how did you do it, brother? How did you get a good woman? How did you get her to marry you? And more importantly, how do you maintain that relationship? And after you answer this, then we're going to get into some good stuff.
Okay. When I met my wife, I was in a bad spot. I was about to lose my apartment, had lost 2 cars, rough spot. And we ended up talking on Facebook or something, just random. I recognized, I'm like, I know you from somewhere. We used to work together a long time ago, and we never spoke to each other. So we ended up talking. And what did it for me, and to this day, she don't believe me. We would have conversations where she would just let me talk, DL. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about when you gonna take me out. It wasn't about purses. She would just let me vent, because most men don't have nobody to vent to.
Ooh.
And that's scary, DL.
Would you say that most men are truly invisible?
Oh, yes. But DL, they make themselves invisible.
Facts.
That's the issue. And
they fail to make themselves visible. That's one of the things. They fail to do the work. You made yourself visible, brother. Why? Because you looked in the mirror and you're like, this is what I need to do.
That's what it. And DL, when she came in at a perfect time. I was the lowest that I could have been. But having somebody to vent to, having somebody to listen and be like, oh, you better than this. You know how to do this. You know how to do that. And that's all it took. In 3 months, I knew I was going to marry my wife. Like I said, she don't believe me to this day. But I knew it, because at that time, she was exactly what I needed. And it's like, okay, do you keep doing what you were doing? You done had a good 7-year run of being a thought. What has that gotten you? You go to bed, you feel empty. Like, DL, this one I really knew it was over with for me. I could just get done sleeping with a young lady, And it was one or two things. I was never fulfilled or I was empty. Once I got that empty feeling, I was like, it's over. Because what this showing me is deep down, I want more than this. And that was it. That light bulb went off and I was like, I'm through. I'm done. And my wife just came in at the perfect time and did. Why is it successful? Number one is communication. It's hard for me to admit certain stuff to my wife. But when you got a teammate that actually want to win the championship with you and that don't want the money, they don't want the contract. They want both of us to host the trophy up. We both want that. The communication is key. And I still fight with demons. I don't think no man is scot-free out here. You know, I still think about money and finances and how to stay out of the streets. But the biggest key for me is, if I went back, is it anything better than what you got now? If I went back, would I feel the same fulfillment out there than I do here? And I know I wouldn't, because I had a good 7-8 year period where I was never fulfilled.
Man, that's what's up, bro. So Miss AKA lady wants to know, and this is kind of, and I'm a, you know what I'm saying, I'm a piggyback on this. Do you think the RP made you a good husband?
Whoo. Oh man, that's actually hard, because it's like, I can't lie and say I didn't learn some lessons, but I don't think that space is supposed to make you a husband. I think what forges you into that is the guy that you're around and the thing that you want out of life. Because if I was listening to Fresh and Fit now, would I necessarily be married? Or would my household be the assembly of marriage that they say it should be? You know, it's certain tenets that they tell you every marriage is supposed to have, every woman is supposed to have. But your household might run different from Fred's household. That don't make you no less of a man. That don't make you no less of a woman. So I think for me, DL, it was just watching the guys that I looked up to, my fathers, my uncles, my cousins, seeing their families, seeing how they had the respect and knowing deep down that's what I wanted. That's what molded me. So I don't know. That's a great question. I never really thought deep into that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to think on that, because we're gonna revisit this one day. We're gonna come back now, because I'm gonna have to come over there with y'all, man. You know, bless me with your presence. I'm gonna have to come on over there. You
Yes,
gonna let me
sir.
know when now. I'm gonna have to come on over there now. So here's the thing. People getting on me. Miss Globe Girl was getting on me today, and Dusto was always on me. Is it important for men to understand game with respect to relationships?
I definitely think so. I tell you so. I asked my wife this question one time. I was like, would you have married me if I was the guy I was in high school? She was like, no. I showed her pictures. I showed her how I was. No game, no experience with women, no wasn't quick on my feet, had none of that. So you gotta, game depends on what the end goal is. You still gonna have to play it. Regardless of what the game is, you gotta know it. I know you gotta understand game, because the fact that I had done things that my wife hadn't done, or I was able to speak in a way my wife was always intrigued by, that was game to her. Because it was stuff that she wanted to learn. It was stuff she wanted to understand about me, that it was like, this has me intrigued now. And DL, what I say, all you need is that one thing to intrigue a woman. Now we can start talking. Now I can start spinning the web. And in this web, I wanted us both to be trapped forever.
That's what's up, bro. I'm so happy for you, man. Because Miss Globe Girl is saying, it sounds like he always wanted to change, and his wife became that callous for that change. That's what I'm hearing anyway. And this is what you said about the red pill. And this is again, people come talk to me like it's a lot of dudes in the red pill space. They've seen me. We've broken bread, so they know I'm not just up here talking. And when you see me in real life, I'm gonna be saying the same shit, right? You made a choice. Now, you decided I want to do this. And they're like last good man in Jersey. He's like, forget game, use a cheat code by traveling, right? All right, that's cool. You can use your cheat code, which I don't believe are cheat codes. We had a show about this. I'm like, it's not a cheat code. It's not. You know what I mean? You still need game if you're going to go some other country because they can run your pockets just as easily, if not easier. However, I get where he's coming from, right? Yeah. And I'm not trying to restart that conversation, but you could have easily chosen to go out here and continue to smash, right? Fresh. Everybody talks about Fresh. Everybody want to know about Fresh's body count. Everybody want to know what Fresh is doing. First of all, I'd be like, man, why y'all worried about another man so much? I'm cool with Walt. I worry about his well-being. Yes. When I hear about something going off, my people was hit me up once. They're like, hey, man, it was just a video shoot, man. Some people got shot up, First person I hit up was Fresh. Yo, were you there? You're like, nah, man, I'm good. I wasn't there. Same thing with Myron. If Myron don't go out, but if something comes up and I think Myron might be involved or any of my people might be involved, I'm calling. Yo, you good? Because I know these men. I'm cool with these cats.
Right.
I don't care who Fresh is smashing and what he's driving and what he's wearing. I don't give a shit about none of that. You know what I mean? So first of all, you young dudes out here worried about Fresh or whoever y'all worried about, you need to stop there. Worry about yourself. But if you want to live that lifestyle and you want to smash women until infinity, you can. But even Fresh is tired of this, and he's looking for a good woman. Now, and my thing is this. I tell people all the time: having knowledge of game and understanding certain things about the world we live in is only a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a benefit. You know, people jumped on Myron. Myron's like, one of the things he said that all men should do, build themselves up, have this much money. Then he said that thing about sleeping with 50 women. 50 women. Oh my God. I'm like, look, bro. He's basically saying being experienced. You said it yourself. You're like, my wife wouldn't even mess with me when I was younger because I had no experience. Does that mean you got to go out here and sleep with 50 women? No, but that means you got to have experience. What number is that? I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a higher number. And secondly, having 50 sexual partners is not that hard. It's not hard for women to do. I know women can do that in 2 days.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And there's some dudes out there who getting it, and they can do that in a couple days, really. Yeah, I give them a week. You know what I mean? Like the dudes who are top of their game, they could probably do it in a week. Right. You know what I mean? Especially if they use a cheat code and they go someplace like Medellin or they go like Thailand or something like that. Right. You know what I mean? But my whole point here, man, is all these folks say the red pill doesn't help. It sounds to me that the red pill did help you. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, it did. It taught me lessons. But like I said, you got to have a mixture of both. And I think the problem is, like you said earlier, some people get there and they stay there. If I wouldn't have got past my red pill rage stage, I wouldn't have been married now. You have to evolve past whatever got you there. When you get there, you got there for a reason. You have to understand why you got there. And then you have to understand the ways to get you out of there. And that's what I did. I got in, learned what I needed to learn, and then it started becoming entertainment. Because I knew if I took what these guys told me, I wouldn't look at myself as a man. And if I don't look at myself as a man, how can I view a woman properly?
Facts. Fact. And I say it all the time. Most of these men are lost. They don't know who they are. And I did that. I did a show about maintaining frame. How can you maintain frame when you don't even know who you are? You don't know your own frame. You have no frame. There is no boundary, right? You haven't established who you are yet. So that's one of the things, again, you can learn in the manosphere space. Miss AKA Lady is saying everyone needs to understand game and how the world works in general. How can you move intentionally if you don't understand the environment? Facts. But most of these people, most Americans don't understand that. Most Americans, they tie their fate to the Disney fairy tale or, you know what I mean? Or like Hollywood fairy tales. It ain't easy like that. Relationships take work. Me and Scan were talking yesterday, and it was like that whole Rolo thing where Rolo was talking about getting a vasectomy in your 20s, right? I get where he was talking about, right? I get where he was coming from. Would I tell dudes to do that? We talked about that. I'm like, I don't know about that, bro. That's a big one.
Right.
That's a personal choice right there. But if your mission is to make as much money, if your mission is to become a legit millionaire, liquid $1 million, and you want to do it before you're 35, messing with women is going to sidetrack you on that mission. Point blank, period. And if you know you're going to keep messing with women, having a baby is going to shut that down. It's going by 35, you're not going to get there. Maybe 45, because now you got 10 to your family. And me and Scam was going back and forth. I'm like, bro, it takes time to cultivate a relationship and grow a relationship. So how much, like you said, you knew within 3 months that you were going to marry this woman. But how much time would you say you commit to your relationship? Just making up numbers.
Before I got married?
Overall, like before, like how much time of your life, like did you like, and we're being real broad here, because what I'm trying to get is that did you only have to commit 5% to get this woman to marry you, right? Or did you have to commit 100%? Which of course you can't commit 100% because then you can't eat, you can't work. You know what I mean? So how much time did you commit?
For me, I honestly, at that time in my life, I'm gonna say it was about 75. I'll go 70-30. Because I was in the rebuilding stage. So I would go 70 to work, 30 on her. But as I started to get more serious, the numbers started to go up. Because DL, what I started realizing is it's gonna take more than finances to keep this thing going. I had to grow and mature. I had to have a stronger relationship with God and a better understanding of the man that I wanted to be. And then realizing that when you trying to bring two people together, it's gonna be bumps in the road when it comes to that. So for me, I go 60-40. I was always trying to be on my purpose because I understood that I need to be financially stable. I was working out at the time. But I also understood the thing that could get me to the next step was the thing that helped me get out of that hole in the first place. So I just believe it's different from every person, DL, but at the same time, some rules just apply all the way around. And I think that's the thing that's throwing a lot of the relationships off. Women doing this, men doing this. It's different parts, but it's some roles that's supposed to be walked by the boots and some by the heels.
Man, there you go. That's that country boy knowledge right there. Now it's hard to turn away from that now. I mean, hey, sister Rosalind's in the house. What's good, sis? Good to see you. Listening to you guys gives me a little hope. Basically, this is mentoring and I like it. Yes, this is what it is. That is what the manosphere and the RP world, that's where it started.
Yep.
Before communication, before technology, that's where it started. Now, I just want to ask you a couple more things. We're going to wrap this up. I'm so glad you came up here, bro. Yeah, I had more Destiny stuff, but you know what? We'll do a part 2 later. We can always get back to Destiny because he's going to be doing his thing. And I'm definitely going to bring up that Fresh and Fit. It was Rolo Tomasi, Michael Sertan, Destiny, and Sneeko, and then Sneeko left.
Yep.
I'm going to break that one down. I just wanted to give it a little time, but I'm definitely going to break that down because there's some good gems in there. But the red pill space, right? So a lot of people talking about 304 is this, 304 is that. Women only want high value men, 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack, all that stuff. We are aware of that. But what people don't understand is these are just really, really basic guidelines. So of the women out there, and it's just like your anecdotal experience.
Okay.
Do you think there's more or less women who are willing to be with the man on her level, like 5s with 5s, 6 with 6s? Or do you think the majority of these women are all so hypergamous that they're going to wind up single with a cat?
Me personally, I do believe that there's more women that's out here that's willing to settle, as they say. Because look, I got female friends, and I know y'all say that's a dangerous thing for a married man to have female friends. I get it. Me and Sir Hale went back and forth on that.
It can
But
be. It can be.
It, that's a whole. You right.
Yeah, it's a whole nother animal right there. Whole nother animal.
Facts. But honestly, DL, I do believe that a lot of women are willing to be with the man that might not have everything that they want. What happens is we put the magnifying glasses on the one that don't. And that happened it's the same with the men. See, that's why I try to be accountability advocate for men as well. Because as brothers, we put ourselves in these boats. You know, I got a partner right now. He been working at the same grocery store since he was 18. He 35. He complained.
Tell me he the manager. Tell me he the manager.
Nah. He's still pushing costs, DL. And the man went on a rant on Facebook. Women want a man that got money. Women want a man that got this and a man that got that. And my reply to him in his inbox, because I ain't want to out the man in his comment section. I was like, bro, look in the mirror, read your resume off, and ask yourself, would you want that?
Ooh.
See, DL, we don't do that enough.
That was one of those. That was, boy, you hit him with that mega kick.
Because DL, when we talk, especially in the red pill space, we blow these things up so much, men and women, that most of us never look in the mirror and read their resume off. Facts. When you read their resume off and say, hey, would you be willing to be with this person? If you say yes, all right, cool. Go out and find you somebody that's cool with their resume. If you say no, build on it. And I think that's what a lot of women are finally realizing now. Or they just get so delusional that they be like, whatever. If I can't get what I want, I'm just going to stay single. But to answer your question, I do believe that it's more women that actually do want relationships, actually do want marriage. It's just they scared, or they got delusional friends around that tell them they ain't got to settle. They tell them they
they buy into it. You look at the TikToks and all that, they buy into it. And and same thing with your dude. Your dude bought into it.
Yes.
I can't get no women because these women all want these top tier guys, Nah, bro, like you said, look in the mirror and read your resume off, bro. And I can tell you love that brother. Yeah. I can tell you love that brother. You tell him that. Like, read your resume off, brother. You know, because there ain't no difference between me and you. I get a lot of people, and I mean, you know, there's hate out there, y'all. There's jealousy out there. There's a lot of stuff out there. Y'all know about that, right? But I get guys come holler at me. Like, we from the same soil. We came from the same hood, out there doing the same shit when we was little. What's the difference between me and them? I stopped doing that shit. Right? Just like you told you did it. You stopped doing it. And it changed your life forever. Another key point. You said you changed the people around you. I got to get away from y'all. When I go home, and I barely go home, man, I don't be on the block. Are you crazy? That's not my block anymore, man. I'm too old. They look at me like food. I come step on the block, man, go get dude. They don't know me like that no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old head. I don't go, I changed my surroundings. I changed my situation, and I elevated myself. These are the things that you can learn in the manosphere. You can learn it. There are people there who can help you get there. But you are responsible for who you listen to and what you take in. Facts. And like I said, these bottom 80 dudes, they don't want to do the work. I'm in my 50s. I'm retired. I'm a black man who came from the hood. And people look at me like, I tell them that, they look at me like I performed a magic trick. I'm going to start saying Tada after every time I say that shit, right? And the thing is this, though. It took a tremendous amount of work and self-reflection to get there. And I still have to deal with things that I did to myself. I always talk about the family court system. Yeah, it's a horrible system to be into. It really can be bad for both sexes. It just, it can't, it's horrific. Mm-hmm. But why are you there? Same thing you told your man. Look into the mirror. Who told you to bust up into that Foxy Brown? Cuz who told you to get up in there without some protection? You know the deal, bro. This ain't brand new. They didn't just start this after you started smashing some shit. I knew what I was doing. It's my fault. You know what I mean? So I don't, they be like, man, she took this and she took that. Like, she ain't take nothing. First of all, it was the state. But even beyond that, I did it. You know what I mean? I did it. And what you say? Accountability, right?
DL, what's up under there? Accountability
advocate.
active. But the reason why is because as we hit so hard on women when it comes to this stuff, but nobody talks about the delusional males. And as men, like you said, DL, you older than I am, so this was definitely when you was coming up, and I caught some of it too. If a man cheated on his wife and he had a group of partners that was married, they all was on his case.
Yeah.
Bro, you know you shouldn't have done that. I watched my uncles get into a fist fight one time because he put his hands on his wife.
You ain't supposed to do that, bro.
Bro, but see, nowadays they'll be like, hey man, that's his business. I ain't got nothing to do with it. If that's your brother,
or she shouldn't have done what she did.
If you my brother, I got your back. But when I see you out of line to the point where not only you could be hurting yourself, but your family, if I don't call you out, I really ain't your brother.
Right.
I really don't love you. Because if I did, I wouldn't watch you self-destruct. Now, I can't stop you from doing nothing. But I can be that, hey, bro, it's going to turn out bad if you do this. I done had a couple of them conversations myself, DL. Somebody had to nudge me, hey, Tez, if you do this, you know it could turn out bad for you. And at least that stopped me enough to sit down and think of the repercussions of my actions. Nowadays, dudes just got free reign to do whatever because they ain't got no real friends. They ain't got no real partners that's real to hold them accountable. That's the dangerous part of the red pill space. You live in an echo chamber of people that don't hold each other accountable. So you think what you doing is right until you get around men that start holding you accountable. That's why I got to start when you live. My little boy, 2 years old, DL, I'm already on him because I need you to understand this start now. Because when you hit them streets, they gonna make you accountable one way or another. And I'd rather do it. I'd rather you find out under my guidance instead of the street guidance. Now, DL, I don't know your history like that, but it sounds like you might have had some street guidance at one point in time.
Maybe a little bit.
So if that's the case, you realize the street guidance is completely different from that in-house guidance because that street guidance really ain't got a full code behind.
That's true. I have both. You know what I mean? There are people out there who didn't have any kind of relationship with their father or any male role models. I talk about this all the time. And the red pill is full of dudes who are first and foremost looking for leadership. These conversations need to be had within the manosphere. The thing is this, though. These people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. I mean, but I didn't want to hear the stuff that my dad was telling me. I didn't want to hear the stuff that the OGs was telling me in the street, but they sat me down and they made me listen.
Yep.
And that's what the manosphere should be. And we know with brothers like us and some other brothers out there, I'm gonna tell this last story and then we're gonna wrap it up. Before I do, Brother Von Bryant's in the house, man. What's good, fam? This brother is speaking truth today. It is so good to see that one of our young brothers has come to this type of awareness. Great conversation. We need these type conversations are needed. When I love having these conversations, because people be on me, man, you just be doing this and be talking that and da. I'm like, just give it some time.
Yeah.
We just this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Give us some time. It's gonna happen. And it happened today. I had no idea that the brother Tay was gonna show up. Tez, I didn't know you was coming, bro. I didn't know you was coming.
When I seen it, I was like, man, I gotta come up. This one of them conversations that I want to be part of.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're here. And it's, I'm sorry I can't read all of the comments. There's some great comments here, y'all.
Yep.
Some great comments. So I want to tell this story, and then I'm gonna give brother Tez the last word, and like his final thoughts or whatever. But talk about Myron the Fresh. And people like, man, why you rock with those guys? I've had people really sit me down, like, seriously, man, why you rock with those guys? Like, cause like me. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna shake your hand, I'm gonna look you in the eye, I'm gonna see who I'm dealing with. And I did that right away with them two dudes. Love them or hate them. That is who they are, right?
Mhm.
One day, I'm in their studio. I was in Miami. I'm in their studio. I'm sitting at the table, normally where Myron normally sits, and they were doing a Patreon call. This is when they were doing Patreon, and they would have it was like weekly and then monthly big Zoom calls. So
Right.
they're having a Zoom call, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the screen, listening to, I got the headphones on. I'm listening to the calls, and it was a guy, and this dude was not only was he obese, but he was like trifling obese, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
you see the house in the background. He's got custody of his child, right? The mom, I guess, was locked up or something. She did not have custody. So that tells you right away who he was dealing with,
Yep.
because that's hard to get. In California, it's damn near impossible, right? So he has sole custody of the child. Child's running around with the diaper on. The place, you can see the place was a mess. The dude was just a mess. Like his hair was all messed. The clothes tore up, tattered, this and that. I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm glad that this is on TV, because I would hate to have to smell what that house smell like right now.
Man.
You can look at something and tell, like, man, it's stinking there, bro.
Yep. You can look at it.
what I mean? You look at it, bro. Like we say, man, trifling, bro. So I'm sitting there, and this guy is on here talking about, I'm gonna start a podcast, and red pill, this and that, and Daddy's saying all the talking points of this and that. And he had said something early on during the conversation, and then his picture dropped off. So I guess something happened. He had to call back in, right? Because you could see Myron actively scrolling, trying to find dude pictures, like on the Zoom call. You know what I mean? Dude came back in there, Myron found him, pulled him up on the main screen. Again, this is Patreon. This is behind the paywall. This wasn't filmed.
Right.
He was like, look, bro, why are you talking anything red pill podcast? He's like, what you need to do is you need to work on yourself. And he didn't even go in, because normally he calls them fat asses and this and that. Everyone watching this guy knew this man needs a lot of help.
Yep.
This man needs help. Myron was just like, he moved everybody out of sight, put dude on the main screen, and he was sitting there talking to this guy, and this guy was pushing back viciously. Again, Myron was being nice. He didn't go in on it, because we could tell just looking at him and listening to what he was saying, like, this dude is barely holding on.
Yeah.
And I was in the chat like, yo, bro, hit me up. Here's my personal number. Call me. I can help you, bro. Call me. Myron and Fresh, they might be too busy, but I can help you. Right? That dude never called. We never saw him in the Patreon again. He ran away. Probably ran into somebody else's chat. Some echo chamber somewhere is going to tell him the reason that he's obese is because all these women are 304s and this, that, and the third, right? The manosphere is that. It's so vast now that you can go wherever.
Yep.
And just going to be people rah. And he knows not to show his face, which is another thing that burns me up in this space. Everybody with their little icons and this and that. They got so much to say. And like you said, I'm an old school dude. I'm an old man. A lot of these young guys like, oh, you seem to have a lot to say, bro. You know what I mean? Let me holler at you, bro. Like, what's your Instagram? You know what I mean? What's your email? Let me come see you, bro. Or get up here and say this, come on, cam up, let me see you. Yeah, you know what that's like.
Yeah.
And these dudes, it's just so much cowardice out there right now. And again, part of being a man is standing on your square. I wanted to share that story because people are like, well, why you rock with these guys? That's just one of 1,000 stories I have. Myron's shown me the death threats he gets, but I've also seen guys come up to him and damn near start crying because they're like, you saved me, bro. You saved me. Guys coming up with bullets in the bag. Like, I want you to have that, man. That's the bullet I was going to use on myself. I've seen it. These dudes are touching lives, man. I mean, it is what it is. Fresh is out there doing this thing, man. I've seen Fresh go up to a homeless guy, man, and give him $100, bro. I'm like, why'd you do that, man? He was like, oh, I was going to give him a tip, and he did this little dance or whatever, but I didn't have any cash on me. I'm like, all right, so you go back and give him $1. He was like, man, that guy was doing splits on the concrete. It was raining. He's an old man. He's like, I got it, bro. I just told him to make sure he went and go eat with that money. And he went and gave dude $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't like trying to flex or nothing like that. He went and found that guy. You know how hard it is to find a homeless person? Like, bro, especially in a city like Miami. So you see a lot of stuff that goes on that platform, a lot of stuff you don't disagree, you may agree with or may disagree with. There's a lot of stuff that I disagree with. There's a lot of stuff I agree with. But those are two good men, and they're really trying to help others. I've seen them help women. Everybody's talking about how they hate women. They're a misogynist. They hate women, this and that. yet they are surrounded by women every other night. And when they go out, how is that possible? They help people, bro. So that's my impression. Now, I can't speak on all these other. I haven't met all these other people. I haven't met Rolo. I haven't, you know what I mean? It's going to take time for me to get out here and meet all these folks, but eventually I will. But these guys in the space, man, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you take over. I'm gonna let Tez get his last words in. But there is a place for the manosphere. There is a place for red pill content, blue pill content, right? There is a matrix, the system, the 1%, whatever you call it. People need to understand the rules of the game. And like you said at the very top when you came on here, man, you better be on your team. Quit playing for these other teams that don't give a shit about you. Quit playing. Now, I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to get your final thoughts, bro.
Man, so first off, DL, thank you for having me on, man. Like I said, brother, I just been binging your content lately, like enjoying the conversations. For me, going off what you said, it is a place for all of these things. Me and CJ call our space the real pill space, not the red pill, not the blue, not the gray, not the pink. Because as a man, you understand that all of these things come together for the betterment of you. You got to learn everything that you have experienced and seen got a lesson in there somewhere. The key is being able to chew the meat and spit out the bones. You have to be the one that says, I know this is BS. I know this is entertainment. What's the meat? What's the bones? Once you understand that in everything you do, not just in this space, in the content that you watch, and everything that you do, what's the meat? What's the bones? Once you learn how to separate the two, it ain't a space you can go in. It ain't a place that you can't go and understand what's what. And DL, I'm not up here. I ain't the perfect example of that. I'm still learning to this day. I'm 35. You 50. You done seen things, you done experienced things that I might not, or I'm on my way to. So I don't mind saying that I need counsel. I don't mind saying that I need a mentor. The problem is most men ain't able to say that. Most men, they pride in their ego get in the way. And when you don't want an accountability, you go to the echo chambers, like you said that Heavyset brother did. He went right to the space that was going to feed him the thing that's killing him. And I would rather have you mad at me for something that I told you that was right than you be happy and I'm constantly feeding you poison. So for me, DL, I rap with that, but it is, I do believe that this space is going to continue. It's burning for a reason. Everything got a cycle. Everything got a cycle, DL. And like you said, maybe we, DL, Sir Hell, the 5100 podcast, maybe we building the foundation for the real manosphere, the new and improved manosphere. But if we gonna do it, it's gonna be a whole bunch of accountability advocates in that space. But I know one thing, everybody that's there and everybody that's watching gonna be tested and gonna be forged in the battlefields because we face them every day. We just choose not to run from it.
Fire right there, y'all. Y'all heard it here first, man. You got to plug your stuff, man. Where can people find you, brother?
The 5100 podcast on YouTube. We actually have a podcast as well. We got it separated. Our YouTube is one content. The podcast is another. But you can search us and find everything at the 5100podcast.com. My brother CJ100, you can follow him on Instagram. Tez the Fire on Instagram. And we looking to build. We ain't got no egos. Just like DL said, we didn't have people reach out to us in the Instagrams. I didn't reach out to DL. It's not a shame in that. Men, we got to get past this. Women, y'all too. Get past the echo chamber. Get outside of your comfort zone. Be scared. Because that fear is what's going to make you change, especially when you tired of looking at that guy in the mirror. So,
facts, bro.
We ready.
Facts, man. I'm so glad you came on here, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank
man, standing ovation, bro. You brought the house down. You are welcome here. You and your brother welcome here anytime. I don't care what I'm talking about. I will stop a show. I will stop a show. You know what I mean? To have you on here, man. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and that's my word. Anything you want to talk about. I don't care if I got Barack Obama. I'm like, look here, Obeezy. I'm gonna have to let you go, man. We got Tez up in. We got to talk about something. Drop them down. You know what I mean?
Hey, dear, me and CJ really been, talking behind the scenes on, trying to figure out how we can get both of us together to kind of do some work with you. Because like I said, man, you do have a lot of things in there that I need to pick from, that he need to pick from. So once again, bro, I'm just happy to be up here. I'm happy to be a part of the conversation. That whether I was on here or not, I was gonna be watching it. I'm tuned in to you, brother.
It's on. We gonna keep doing it, bro. I appreciate you, man. I truly do.
Thank you.
The show. Oh, there we go. I was looking at my live feed. I was like, did the show shut down? Hey, man, you let me know. It's on. It's popping. Like I said, y'all, if you can't get a hold of me, if I take too long getting back to you, you know what it's like, man. If something's popping, I'm gonna be busy. But
all right.
y'all just jump up here. I will stop my show and we can talk about whatever y'all got to talk about. That's my word. I'm not playing. You know what I mean? I'm not playing. So I'm gonna let you drop down, man. Thank you again, brother, so much. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Salute to you.
Yes, sir.
Man, you honor me with your presence, bro. So I'm gonna holler at you now.
All right.
Peace. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Completely honored, bro. That brother honor me with his presence right there, man. And it turned the show down a path that it needed to go down, because I can always get back to Destiny. Destiny gonna be out here doing this thing. I can always get back to Destiny. I think I will. I can do an extra show here and there. Summertime now, yeah. I'm gonna be popping up all over this all the time, putting out content. But when a brother like that comes up, when someone comes up and we can have these real conversations that need to be had, man, we got to do it. As men, we have to do it. If y'all really, I'm talking to all you guys out there, man, blue pill, red pill, manosphere, man, no swamp, wherever. I mean, if you truly want to become a man, if you truly want to take your place as a leader in whatever your situation is, this is the way. Shout out to the Mandalorian. This is the way. We have to support each other, right? We have to be there for one another. And most of all, the most important thing is we must hold each other accountable. We must hold each other accountable, especially in the red pill manosphere area, man. Especially. Let me catch up with these chats and then I'm out. Miss Globe Girl, or men constantly magnifying and negative will result in good women being turned off and uninterested. And then the cycle continues. Facts, sis. Facts. You know, I'm sorry I'm behind on the chat, but she's right. I see that all the time. I see it all the time. It's so true. Miss AKA lady and Miss Globe Girl. Yep, it's a cycle. If a dude had ever approached me on that RP-ish, I would have ran his pockets. Yeah, on GP. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. And it goes and that ties into what I was talking about with the women. If I feel a woman's out there trying to run my pockets, I'm gonna blow her back out. Why not? You know what I mean? I'm gonna let her think she getting. I'm gonna hold that carrot out there. Let her think she gonna get it. Finish. Good game. High five. See you later. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. What we need to do is understand this, and then people come with the real. If you come with the real, right? Like Brother Tez came with the real and got him a wife. He came with the real to himself. He came with the real to himself. He looked in the mirror like, I want a wife and a family. And that's what he has. You know what I mean? So, yes, I agree with you, love. Ms. Globe Girl, I wouldn't even look or think twice. Not interested. Get the F away from me. Facts. As I said, that's my favorite sellers. You so salty. Ms. Globe Girl. Ms. Globe Girl, we ain't going to jump up on this platform. We got Shoo going to be here next on Thursday. We were going to do it Friday, but I got to travel. I'll be in South Florida. But Thursday, Shoo's going to be up. You going to come up on that panel, Ms. Globe Girl? When we going to get you, sis? Brother Von Bryant, trustworthy are the bruises of a friend, excessives are the kisses of the enemy. Ooh, I didn't know that, bro. That's what's up. I'm gonna say that. That's fire. That's fire. Sister Rosalind, perhaps game should be renamed to social skills. Game is presented now as a warped connotation. I mean, it is what it is, bro. It's just for lack of a better term. Yeah, maybe, but people always understand what game is. You know what I mean? And and God bless you, brother. Thank you for coming through. And that was for Brother Tez. Miss Globe Girl, Sister Rosalind. With all due respect to DL Game, blowing backs out, Foxy Brown smashing, the terminology sounds uncultivated. The intent of the message may be lost in translation today. Facts. But I mean, sometimes you got to use shock value to get people's attention. And I mean, it is what it is. Maybe I will have to start to tame the terminology, perhaps. But again, it's like being a comedian. You can't get the great laughs by just, until you use some spicy words or use some metaphors that get people thinking, right? So that's where it comes from for me. Brother Tarus with the $5 super chat. Love the show. Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Tez, this is the way, man. Thank you so much, bro. Miss Glow Girl, she's like, maybe. At least she's not saying no, girl. We moving you in the right direction. We're going to get you there. I would love to get you, Shoo, and Cody is king on the panel with me, and maybe I am the single one. That would be a fire panel. I wouldn't let nobody else on. I'll lock that panel up. Like the old school times we was kids. We'll play a game. There's only 6 of us, and we don't want nobody else to play. So you had to lock the game. We had to say a little nursery rhyme, TikTok. This game is locked. No one else can play. If I get that panel, I'm gonna lock it up, y'all. TikTok. This panel is locked. And Miss AK lady, she's like, oh no. We got a maybe. Exactly. We got a maybe. We getting there. We gonna get that sailor to finally come through, y'all. We gonna get that sailor to come through. Don't forget Miss AKA lady. Miss AKA lady will come up here. I know she been up here. She been up here. We waiting on you. If you show up, I bet you Miss AKA lady will join it. I won't lock her out. I will send her the link directly to her. I won't even put the link in the chat. I'll send it directly to her. So man, that was a great show, y'all. That was a great show. There was some chats that I had highlighted and put off to the side, but you know what? I'm not gonna read them. That was a great show. I'm so glad we had it. Brother Tez, man, thank you so much, man, because people can watch this. If they want to see where I stand with this red pill thing, if they want to see where I stand with the manosphere, they can watch this show. And I'm gonna send this out to people who question me on that. Well, what do you stand on manosphere, whatever? I'm gonna clip this and send it to them. This is where I stand. This is where I am. I am here to help men. And by helping men, we help our entire society, and we help our country, right? 75% or more of Americans are either fat or were considered overweight or obese. Most of them are obese. Think about that. 3 out of 4 Americans are considered, overweight or obese. 3 out of 4, right? Think about that, y'all. That is a problem for all of us in so many ways. And we can't go out there and tell people they need to work out. We can't go out there and tell people they need to eat healthier. We can't, it's fat shaming, it's this, it's that. We need to get back to reality, y'all. If we don't, we're going to lose this country. I got an exit strategy. What about you? So that's what it is. Miss AKA lady, I will hop on a parenting show or something, but I ain't stepping in that ring, LOL. I might be able to do that. We'll definitely do some more parenting episodes. But if Miss Globe Girl comes, I will come on whatever. Facts. I knew it. Miss Globe Girl, we got to get you up here. So that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed that show. Please go out and support Brother Tez, man. Please go to his YouTube, check that out. Check out his Instagram, all his socials. Please give that brother a subscribe and follow his content. You are going to see him over here. You're going to see me over there. Like I told that brother, I mean it. You come over here anytime y'all ready, bring whoever they with you, then we cool. I will stop my show and bring y'all up, and we could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Because I know I don't get back to people fast enough sometimes, man. I know this, but when you see me here, I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm here for you. Just let me know. And yeah, I'm north of 50. Thanks for saying I'm 50. I remember 50. So y'all, I'm an old dude. But man, this was a great show. Enjoy your weekend. Today is Friday, man. Kiss your loved ones. Let them know you love them. You know what I mean? So many people think they already know, but My daughter knows because I tell her every single day. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Kiss your loved ones. You know, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Let's help each other to get better. Right? And with that said, I gotta go, y'all. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.